Okay, perfect. So this is our presentation on AI-powered ISSIP guidebook for service roles. And then just to give a little bit of an overview of this project. So ISSIP is a nonprofit organization that focuses on advancing service innovation and promoting the development of services. One of ISSIP's current issues that they're having is their current onboarding process for these volunteers is insufficient and fragmented, leading to significant challenges to integrating new members into the organization.
So our solution was to create a guidebook, and by doing so, it allowed us to turn tactic knowledge into explicit knowledge. And in this guidebook, it covers programs, platforms, nonprofit service roles, and it also includes a key calendar for ISSIP's activities. And right here, you can see a video, and it's basically a demo, which is what the volunteers will be seeing once they run the program. And it also includes YouTube links and links to ISSIP's website.
All right, so the process of making that video earlier or that web page earlier is using this Python code. I won't get into too much detail, but basically it converts the CSV file we've been working on this whole semester for the guidebook into an HTML file web page. And Jennifer, if you can please click the CSV file link on the top right there. Yeah, I think you have to exit out maybe. Oh, there you go.
I think it does exit out.
All right, here, this is what we've been working on this whole semester, just updating the tasks for each event, the quarterly welcome event. We scroll down, we go to ambassador programs. We make each task with templates to update all the events to help the volunteers know what to do. And like, if they want to be like a vice president, they'll know what to do with that too. And we can go back. Thank you. Right here, after running the program and uploading the CSV file, it will convert it into a HTML. This is what we will get. It will show us all the events and the templates you've seen in the previous slide, where it shows the videos of where you click the link. It will show you all the templates of each event and how to do them.
Next, we have the business flow. So first, we'll identify volunteer by potential volunteer or new candidate interested in ISSIP role. And then after that, we'll have the AI power guidebook. By utilizing AI power guidebook, tailored for ISSIP process to assist volunteer and candidates in understanding their roles and responsibility. And then after that, we will have the volunteer onboarding. Provide access to the AI ISSIP guide handbook, offer detailed guidance, and streamline onboarding. And then next is the integration with leadership. We connect volunteer and candidate with ISSIP leadership for role assignments, mentorship, and collaboration. And then we will be going on to support and role execution by using AI-powered guidebook to provide continuous support and updates as volunteers execute their assigned roles. So all these information will be transferred back and forth through AI ISSIP handbook for new candidates and ISSIP leadership.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why one of the pages is gone. Okay. Okay, I think I accidentally hit it. Sorry.
It's okay. We really just want to lower the workload for current volunteers in ISSIP since
Jim had mentioned that they were spending a lot of time having to onboard volunteers when they could be working on other tasks for ISSIP. So we hope that the guidebook will be able to automate tasks with the onboarding and just event coordination. And we were able to put the videos of past events, like the quarterly welcomes, just so new volunteers could get an idea of how those events go. And just so they have access to other topics that you might have talked about, they have the resources available to vote in the elections you guys have. And yeah, I mean, for risk management, we had the frequent testing to debug code. We had one-on-one meetings, you and Eric, to be able to figure out any issues when coding the guidebook. And we had our weekly meetings when it came to communication, and Slack for any questions we had in between meetings, because we weren't always able to meet. We had to work around our schedules and any other thing that came up. And to use the free resources, we use the AI tools that could adjust for any of the changes, because we did have some changes we added throughout the semester, throughout the project. And I know mainly we had those issues with getting the videos able to work through the guidebook. Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of our presentation.
Great. So can I ask a few questions now?
Yeah.
So thank you for the presentation. I'll get this recording uploaded to the ISSIP blog over the next couple weeks. It'll probably take me a couple weeks. You will all get, I will upload the guidebook as well as this presentation. I'll make sure you all get a digital certificate from ISSIP for knowledge sharing eminence, which you get from doing this project. And my questions are starting with, and I'd like maybe each of you to answer the question from your own perspective. What did you learn about AI that was most surprising in this project, strengths and weaknesses? And in your future job roles, what do you think you learned from your experience that will be helpful to you? And we'll start with Jennifer.
Okay, so I think one of the biggest takeaways, I guess, from this project and just my learning experience overall with AI has just been being able to ask the right questions, I would say. I think that's one of the biggest things. I know everybody nowadays is using AI, and AI is getting much, much larger than it could ever be. I know they're currently finalizing the ChatGPT 5, which is going to be a lot bigger. And I think just with everything, I think the biggest thing when working in AI is always being able to utilize it correctly and being able to just ask the right questions. And I think that's something that even our professors try to push as well, is what questions are we asking so we get the responses as detailed as we want. And I just see that just throughout this project, when working on this project, when we were first doing those first couple assignments, sometimes we would input questions and we wouldn't get the outputs that we necessarily wanted. So I think just being able to add on and give as much detail as we can was really what was able to kind of just shape the questions that you're asking, but also the answers that you're receiving back.
Thanks, Jennifer. And do you think you'll be using AI in your future job?
Oh yeah, definitely. I use AI at my job now, just whenever I have questions with anything or even little smaller assignments that I have to do. I even use it for those and just kind of like as a starting point, and then how can I work my way around that?
Good. Dulce, what's the strengths and weaknesses of current AI, and how do you imagine using it in your job in the future?
I think it's kind of adding on to what Jennifer said, is that you have to ask the right questions, because I remember when I was trying to take the format and trying to turn it into a HTML, it wouldn't like it wouldn't do what I told it to do. So I had to like make it very, very specific to be like, oh, like make it in one line, don't make it in a paragraph. So that was definitely, I guess, a bit time consuming because you have to like be very specific in what you're asking it. But in relation to I guess my job, I think probably will be using AI. I think it's growing, and I think a lot of companies are gonna be adapting to it too.
Are you using it yet, just on your own or not?
Mm-hmm. I think besides this class, there's other classes that have also been using it for.
Okay, good. So Eric,
Yeah.
some weaknesses of AI today and how you think you might be using it in your job in the future.
All right. For strengths, like everybody said, Dulce and Jennifer is a very useful tool all around. Like when we couldn't get the program for me to work, Jim, in our meeting, we asked, ChatGPT, how can I convert this in HTML? Why is this not working on my desktop? It was a tedious task at first, but we eventually got it to work. And that's why I think it was useful because we're not as humans, we're not always, retain every information that we'll remember. So, we ask AI, and that's how we get our results. For weaknesses, it has its limitations. I mean, all of us had troubles working or with the AI tools at Gemini. That I couldn't upload files, and I had to use a different website. You mentioned Notebook, if I recall. Claude had its text limitations. And I think the best AI program that we used was ChatGPT because it's the most detailed and you were able to upload files as well. And if I were to use this AI in the future job, I'd say yes. I'm currently using AI to work on another project from a different class. And yeah, it's just a very useful tool to use.
Eric, Min, strengths, weaknesses, and how you think you might use it in the future.
Oh yes. For AI strength, they already told you about like all the strength it has, but my favorite strength of ChatGPT or AI is being able to personalize the AI for yourself. Like how you can have different tabs and it will use only the information in that tab, and you use that information for the next question. And then yeah, it will give you all the answer that you're looking for with the right files and informations. And then for the weakness I've found it has is that sometimes it has like all the files that I'm trying to give it, but it doesn't get to access the file. So the information doesn't get in. I had to find another way to get it in.
Yeah.
And then there's one more weakness I want to talk about, which is um sorry, I lost my thought.
That's all right. It's a long day. You got finals. But you're pretty sure you're going to use it in your future job, right?
Oh, yes, for sure. Is because I already took a class on AI before this
Yeah.
because I know that AI is gonna be in the future for a long time. So yeah.
Okay. And Francisco, last but not least, what do you think?
I think for strength is how you could really personalize. I think Min mentioned how for different tabs on like at least for ChatGPT, you have your history on ChatGPT of everything you've asked it before. I think with like the first few sprints, you had us feed it the handbook, and then you wanted us to prompt the AI to ask a question as you, and what kind of questions we would get, and how a student would answer. I think I like how you could personalize it with certain situations or
Yeah.
circumstances on specific answers that you'd want. For weaknesses, I feel like there's going to be more paywalls down the line with AI. The more advanced they get, I feel like they'll really make the free versions bare bones just so they can get more money out of people.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I feel like with them, Jenny said that GPT-5 is going to come out. I feel like they'll add amazing features and I'm sure people will want to use, but they'll have a paywall to that. And I think it'll probably get worse from here. But granted, even the free versions would still be powerful enough for like basic needs.
Yeah.
And when it comes to using it as a job, I mean, I'll probably use it for smaller tasks. I know, like for this, we had the AI powered guidebook for onboarding volunteers. I think for me, I'd probably just use it for simple tasks
Yeah. Yeah.
to focus on bigger things.
Got you. Got you. Yeah, I think competition is good. So the fact that there's multiple vendors out there, that'll keep them competing a bit on the free stuff. But I agree, the amazing capabilities, you're going to have to pay for them, pretty sure, in the future, Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of ISSIP, thank you all. I will stop the recording shortly and make sure we'll get the deliverables in. I'll get the blog post created. You'll get your digital certificates. I think I sent you all something about how you can put ISSIP on your LinkedIn profiles if you want. But look forward to wrapping this up and getting this recording uploaded to the website. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Jim.
Jim.
Nice meeting you.